Okay, we've covered the essentials of a good portfolio and the importance of communicating your personal brand. Next up, let's talk about writing concisely and articulately in your portfolio. Communicating through design and through writing are similar skills. The main goal for writing your portfolio is to structure the information clearly and concisely. Focus on highlighting the most important parts of your story and keep your writing succinct and easy to skim. Most recruiters and hiring managers review a lot of portfolios. You want them to stay engaged. Let's start with your introduction. The introduction to you and your portfolio should go above the fold on the homepage of your website. The term above the fold comes from the design of a newspaper. If you're holding a newspaper in your hands, the most important information is on the top part of the front page, before you unfold it or flip it over. The same concept applies to websites. What's above the fold is the content on a website that doesn't require scrolling down. Your introduction should be clear and to the point. Your name and what you do. You might also include something that establishes your personal brand. For example, "Hi, I'm Michael. I believe that creative collaboration between design and technology is the magic that takes experiences from good to great." If a recruiter is searching for a motion designer and can immediately tell that's your specialty by glancing at the introduction on your home page, then great. They're more likely to continue going through your portfolio. But if your homepage uses vague language or doesn't communicate anything at all, the recruiter might not bother going further. Next up, the About Me page. This is exactly what it sounds like, a professional page about you. Try reading About Me pages on the websites of a few UX designers or companies you admire. You can write in more detail on your About Me page, since you want potential employers and recruiters to be able to learn more about you. You might include what kind of work you do, what you're passionate about, or things you value, where you work currently if your job is in a related field, your credentials, like this certificate and any additional education, any notable projects, clients, or awards, and your contact information, including your email address, links to your profiles on professional networking sites, and where you currently live. And finally, you want to include descriptions of your work in your portfolio. Within the case study for each project, you should write about the topics we discussed earlier, such as your role in the project, your process, and the final design. Throughout your portfolio, let your designs tell the story and provide evidence of your talent. To keep your writing concise and articulate, here are a few tips. Use as few words as possible to make your point. Avoid complicated language. You don't need 3 adjectives when one specific one will do. The words you choose should be clear descriptors, not buzzwords. Avoid jargon. Jargon are industry terms that people who don't work in UX design may not know. Your writing should be easy to understand and approachable. Include keywords that might be in a job description or concepts that every UX designer should know, like the user journey or design sprint. This is a good way to increase your site's discoverability on search engines. Inject personality. Be conversational. Your website should accurately reflect you, your work, and your brand you've established. Last tip, find a trusted editor. Everyone, even professional writers, make mistakes. Ask a friend to check your writing for spelling and grammatical errors, or to point out any places where the writing is distracting from the projects you're trying to highlight. That's it. Now you know some tips for writing in your portfolio. Writing well takes practice, and it might take a few tries to get it right. You'll have the opportunity to practice your writing in an upcoming activity. If you're having trouble, check out the discussion forum and ask a classmate for advice. Coming up, we'll talk about building a cohesive and consistent presence online. Let's keep going.